What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Phase 6, your source for music, business, motivation, and support. It's your guy, Sirr Love, and this is another episode of Money Splits on Phase 6. And for you guys that have never seen this before, don't know who I am, and you just clicked on this video for the first time, I am sharing my screen, which is something I don't do as often, but I'm sharing my screen because I want to break down all these numbers to you guys. I want you guys to understand the business and understand these numbers. And right now, we're just sitting on my homepage. This is phasevi.com. This is the About Me page for anyone that ever wanted to know anything about me and how I got in the game, any basic information. You know, I have that here, people that I've worked with, whatever. You know, of course, there's, a way to contact us and reach out to us. You can see all the videos that we did right here. A lot of specialty items are in here that are very important. You can shop and get a whole bunch of interesting stuff that teaches you the business and the game, or just tools that are necessary. Like, for example, the split sheet that's sitting on the side that everyone in the game better have and better be using. Or this joint right here, how to get paid, doing shows, booking one-on-one. That thing is really popping. People are really loving that. People are actually taking it and actually going out here and getting paid. And that was the purpose of it and the goal. But today we're talking about money splits, money splits, money splits. And so in this video, we're breaking down the standard deal. In the previous videos, we broke down the 360 deals. We talked about show, merchandise, endorsements, record sales, signing bonuses, etc. And don't look at these numbers, they're exaggerated. I'm adjusting it for this video. But if you guys have not seen those, please watch those before watching this one, because I'm going to be referencing a lot. So welcome to the standard deal. What is the difference between a 360 deal and a standard deal? I want you guys to understand the game and understand how it works. So the difference between a 360 deal and a standard deal is the main factor is going to be this section right here, the record label. In a standard deal, the record label gets 0% of your shows, 0% of your merchandise, 0% of your endorsements, right? Of course, they're not taking a signing bonus, but they're taking a whopping percentage of record sales, which is about 85%. What is what I have listed here. And that's pretty accurate in a traditional situation. It could be more, could be less. Everything's negotiable in this game, but I'm kind of giving you guys the general. So what changed? I'm not going to go through all of this again because you guys have seen me go through everything line by line in all the previous videos. So in this video, I just want to talk about the differences. The big difference here is we're starting at 25,000, right? The big difference is 25,000. If you made 25,000 in sales, which means you flopped, you did a horrible job, right? You're only going to walk away, right? You're only making, first off, the artist is only making 5% of all record sales, 5% of the whole album, which is good. There was a time period prior to that, remember when Janet Jackson got $1 off of selling the album? That was a big deal. No one was getting $1 per album at that time period. 5%, 5% of a $10 album is 59 cents. So this kind of breaks down what the game was like and how the game is if you sign a deal. You're getting 59 cents off of every album, hopefully, right? So there's things that come into play when you sign with a major record label. One, you're also going to have all sorts of other costs that I didn't pop in here because I don't know what your costs are going to be. You're going to have, show production cost. Well, not in your label, but you're going to have the cost of your team. The cost of your team is really what eats you up in this particular category, right? And that's, you got to have a team to win. I talk about that in videos all the time. You got to have a team to be able to win and survive in this game the way it is today. So you're going to be paying your graphic person, your video person, your people, all those people that you have. And and it's kind of hard to pay them with this number. Now, most of the time you're going to turn around and try to pay them with your show money. And so as you see, after taxes, you made this, and in show money, if you did 25,000 in show money, you're here. And so now you're paying your team out of your show money. Most of these additional costs, travel, whatever, it's going to come out of your show money. But look at this, 25,000, you only made $731. Let's break this down to something more realistic. Let's say you went platinum. That should be about, in platinum, it could be streaming, it could be, traditional album sales, it could be digital, whatever. In different countries, there's the focus on whatever changes, believe it or not. Some countries, physical is still popping. So at $1 million, $1 million was made, and you, after taxes, took away $29,000. Now, this is that thing that people used to hate. The reason they hated record labels back in the day is because they never felt like they got money. Then on top of that, you had recoupables. So your recoupables, this category right here, which I've talked about in the New Edition video, I talked about in a Tupac video, but basically every dime that was ever spent on you, every dime that was ever spent on you, you have to pay back. And where do you pay that back from? You're going to pay that back from this 59 right here. And that 59 is going to decrease by however much you owe. And then at the end of that, this number ends up normally being a negative number. That was the issue with standard record deals, right? Now, when they came out with the 360 deal, what changed? I'll tell you what changed. This number changed. Instead of the label taking 85, they might have took something like 70, or they'll take something like 60, right? How does that look for you? Well, that dramatically changes your outcome. If they're only taking 60, now all of a sudden you're getting $309,000 off the same set of album sales. And hold up, let's take that back to the 70. If you negotiated at that rate, $209,000. But when they were at that 85 number, you was only at 59. This dramatically changes your negotiation. So when you guys are negotiating your deals, the difference between on a platinum album, the difference between 85% and just do something simple. 80 is $50,000, right? So you gotta be aware of the money and how it breaks down. And so the reason that one of the pros of a 360 deal is that you're supposed to be able to eat more in this area. Now, if you sign a deal and a label is still doing this and then turning around, let's go back to the 360 tab. 360 tab, let's bring this over to 1 million to follow what we're on currently, right? So if the record label is paying this and they're taking this and this, let's try to get an overall understanding of how this thing would have panned out all together, right? So the record label in this scenario walks away, and I have added up all these numbers. They walk away with 1.6 and 1.1 million dollars that they made off of this whole thing. Well, what did you walk away with? Well, you yourself walked away with 1.248 out of this whole thing. And that's after taxes. They still got to pay taxes on this. This is your straight up after taxes. If I took this same calculation right here, and I'm gonna do this for you in front of you guys, and moved it here, what you had before taxes, 1.7, you actually made more than they did. You made more than the label did in a 360 deal. This is something that people don't pay attention to when you really look at the numbers. Then you turn around and look at a standard deal. Standard deal, check this out. Same $1 million. Label made less money, $850,000, right? The artist, after taxes, made 1.5. Made 1.5 after all the shows, all those different things. And let's put that up here so you can see what it was before taxes. $2 million before taxes. Put this in perspective. With the 360 deal, you made 1.7, right? Off $1 million, you made 1.7. Okay. With the standard deal, you made 2. You made 2. You actually made more using the old traditional record deal than you did in the 360 deal. And this is one of the reasons why artists are saying, hey, we want to stick with the standard deal because we want to keep all of our show money. Now, why does this sound kind of off to you guys? Well, the reason this sounds off is because most likely these numbers are not going to be $1 million across the board, right? Let's say in this situation, and then your signing bonus is $1 million. I mean, we're tweaking, we're talking, we're shooting off the cusp here just to give you guys understanding of how the numbers work, right? So let's say your album went platinum, right? 1, 2, 3. Let's put these numbers in here, right? If your album went platinum and you did get a $1 million endorsement sometime throughout the year, and let's say you made $1 million on the road total, but if you're out there really getting money, let's say you did, $5 million on the road. You was really getting it. You know what I'm saying? It's your first platinum album. You did $5 million on the road. Boom. This is what your numbers are currently looking like, right? So this is what might be a more realistic label scenario. They gave you $1 million up front. You got an endorsement deal for $1 million. Hey, it's doable. If we want to make this more realistic, let's say you got a $200,000 endorsement deal somewhere along the way, right? So when the numbers get more realistic and fluctuate more, you'll see the change, right? Now look at this, 8.5, right? 8.5 is what the label made. In this situation, you made 4.5, and then there's taxes, right? If I took this same line here, I copied it, and came up over here in this area and pasted it right here, then you're going to see that label makes 8.1 and you make 4.8. Completely different scenario. The numbers don't lie. This is the game. If you're looking at the numbers and we're saying, okay, this is what we made in the 360. This is what we made in the standard. And when your numbers are more realistic, there's your standard. There's your 360. There's your standard. there's your 360. You actually made more in a 360 than you did in the standard just because your album did great. Now, with streaming coming back in the game and becoming a dominant factor and people making more money in streaming, then I predict the streaming is going to do more than we've ever seen in album sales once this thing completely catches on. When that happens, you want to be in a 360 scenario because you want to eat on this side right here. We want to eat more on this side right here. Also to mention, this is only 70. In a 360, if you're giving up 20 over here, you might be able to get this to 65. You might be able to realistically make that happen in a negotiation, in a deal. And you're seeing your number dramatically increase. So this is why, for me, a lot of people get on me when I say, I'm not anti 360. I'm not pro 360 either. I'm personally pro great deals, right? A record deal is a record deal is a record deal. It's a piece of paper, whether you're independent, whether you're signing yourself to yourself, whether you're signing to a major, whether you're creating your own boutique thing through a management or a production company. It doesn't matter. Numbers are numbers. They don't lie. It is what it is. At the end of the day, you want to negotiate the best deal. It's not about the title of the deal. It's about the words in between page one and page whatever that thing ends at. So I wanted to kind of show you guys from a number standpoint the difference between a 360 and a standard. It all comes down to where you make your money from. Now, if you're a person that's going to get high streams, right? If you're going to get high streams or high sales, you want to be in a 360 environment because you're going to want to eat in this area right here. However, if you're more of a performer, right? If you're more of a performer, people come to your shows, then you probably want a standard deal because you don't care about losing this. You're really more focused on eating in these other categories. Now, who will be an example of that? I'm from the A. I'm going to use A-Town people. Gucci Man. Gucci Man historically does not sell great. He doesn't. I think he's flopped a couple times. Don't quote me, but he's a legend here in the city. Grew up right around the corner from me, right there on McAfee, right? Did his thing. Hell, the Texaco he used to do his thing at, I used to live like right down the street from there, right? So, Gucci Man is a perfect example of a person that probably needs more of a standard deal because he's going to do numbers on the road. Oh, he's going to get bands on the road. This man's going to get anywhere, but his number fluctuates all the time, depending on how hot he is, because he always has a hot record or not a hot record or whatever. But he's going to get money on the road, and he doesn't want anyone involved in that. However, on the flip end, you got artists like Adele, and I don't know how much money she gets show money. I'm pretty sure she gets a lot of show money, but when Adele drops something, she eats it up. I do know that her last concert did crazy numbers, right? But I also know she eats it up in streaming. She eats it up in sales. She eats it up in all those other categories. So for her, getting making sure that she is eating more in this category, is important. And it doesn't really matter if it's a 360 or if it's a standard or whatever. There's all sorts of deals. I'm not even going to list all the types of record deals. That's not what's important. What's important is, and this is the longest video of the series, because I want to spell this out. What's important is not whether it's a standard or a 360. What's important is how you get your money and you tailor your deal to make it make sense for you so that you're not broke. You're doing the partnership with whoever you're doing the partnership with because you feel like their support will help you get to where you need to be. So try not to structure the deal where you're going to screw them, because if you screw them, they're going to screw you. They're not going to do any of the things that they said they're going to do because it's not beneficial to them. You want a win-win situation. You want a situation where both parties are making money, both parties are eating, both parties are getting bread, both parties are just winning. It's a partnership. A contract is a partnership. All right. So I hope that, explained a lot for you guys in reference to 360 deals, standard deals, etc. I mean, we looked at the numbers, and looking at all the previous videos will help you see the numbers more. This is the website. Come to the website, check it out. I got a lot of stuff on here. I'm doing all this stuff for you guys to make sure you guys have access to this. Watch and learn. All the videos that we do are right here in an easy to touch, format. But other than that, guys, listen, like, subscribe, come to the website, beam in right here. Stay beamed in with the kid. We're going to be releasing some videos that come straight to your email box that have nothing to do with the videos that are going to be posted on YouTube. They're going to be like some special videos for everyone that's like beamed in and subscribed, as well as coupons to all the different things that are in the shop, and all sorts of new exciting stuff we got coming up. There's also going to be a new tab coming. New tab coming because you guys are going to be able to contact my team directly, reach out to us. Of course, you can do it through here, through the contact page, but I'm setting something up. So for people that have, real situations that they need to talk about and need help working through, I've been doing it. A lot of people have been reaching out here, and I've been helping so many people for free. And then for some of them, they need more help than what free can do, and they need like extensive help. And so then, we've worked out something, and I've been able to kind of help people get what they need accomplished. I don't want to put their business out there, but it's been successful. So I'm going to create a new tab that's going to allow everyone to take advantage of that. And so that's coming soon. But other than that, I don't know everything, y'all. But I know a lot about a little and a little about a lot. And I'm here to give you guys everything that I got. Stay beamed in, like, subscribe, share, tell other people about this, man. Let's get money. 360 deals versus regular deals. Sir Love, I'm out.